Hello there everyone, this is the Master Chief 1, and welcome to my Donkey Kong Country, 3, Let's Play Long Play Part 3. As you just witnessed, I finally showed off completing the bonus stage. As I proceed on ahead with Swanky's sideshow. Again, this is gonna be like taking candy from a baby. And yet again, I beat Cranky Kong. It's not fair. Some of the targets were twice the size of mine. Hey, I think you played this game before, haven't you? Nice. And with that, I got 60 bear coins. Anyway, yes, aside from creating welding chemicals to create machinery, and now we see what type of machinery the Kremlings are creating for their mechanical devices and stuff. They're actually creating saw blades in order to try and cut down all these trees and stuff like that. You might be wondering, why in the world do the Kremlings need to cut down trees anyway for it? I could only assume the only reason they cut down the trees is for warmth, considering that they are cold-blooded creatures. Anyway, I was able to get into the next bonus stage, but unfortunately, I stupidly enough hit that annoying saw blade on the bottom, as this level is only semi-challenging in reality, and it's probably best to be Dixie Kong when it comes to this level. And unfortunately, I get hit by a stupid sneak, and I have to hear Kitty Kong's stupid annoying temper tantrum. I am really thankful enough, in my opinion, that I turned down the volume for my headset. It was really a pain in the butt with my ears, and it's probably the reason why I couldn't concentrate on my commentary nearly as much as before. As I'm trying to dodge the saw blade. Anyway, it's best to be Dixie Kong, considering she can move so much faster than Kitty Kong can, in order to reach the bonus stages and everything. And yes, as you see, we can't get in there in order to go into the next bonus barrel stage without Dixie Kong's help. But unfortunately enough, I was Kitty Kong, so that's why I wasn't fast enough to grab the barrel and take down the buzz. And yet again, I did the same stupid mistake. And I get hit by the stupid saw blade again. But this time, and I almost succeeded. But thankfully enough, I did it right this time. And once again, just like in Donkey Kong Country 2, we are in invincible monkey mode. As we collect the green bananas. And yet another bonus coin down. Anyway, this level still has some challenge to it, but I'm pretty pleased to say this is not very hard. Yeah, anyway, that's a secret region in order to help you gain a speed boost. And enter Invincible Monkey Mode again! Invincible Monkey Mode again in order to reach the coin for this area. Yeah, not too hard of a DK coin to collect if I say so myself. Anyway, once again, it is time to save. As Wrinkly Kong, by the sound of the music, it seems like she must be playing Super Mario 64 on the N64. Nice. Anyway, the next level is actually pretty cool. It's pretty cool without a doubt, and it only provides some hectic difficulty, and I mean some, not a lot, but just some. Anyway, I have no idea why the DK barrel is there. Yeah, the DK barrel is there anyway. I mean, seriously, was that just a mistake on the game designers when they were creating the toughest cheat mode or something? Anyway, we are introduced to the new blasting type of enemy, which are really awesome, I gotta say. And their names are bazookas. And yes, bazookas are carrying some deadly artillery as they shoot them out from, ironically enough, their awesome bazookas. Heck, bazookas are pretty much invincible except for that of TNT barrels. Yes. Anyway, I love this level because we actually get to play as more of Squidder the Spider in this level throughout some of it. And that is really cool, really cool. I so love to play as Squidder the Spider. He's such a really awesome animal body. Oh yeah, and I love killing off a bunch of enemies all the time with spider webs. It is just so really awesome. Da, 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 da. And that's another bonus coin down. For future parts, I'm gonna make double certain that I don't have the volume up. For some reason, it really distracts me, unfortunately. I don't know why I did that. I seriously do not know why I was impatient like that. Anyway, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of normal barrels hitting the coin. So you might be asking yourself, well, how do we make those barrels become steel keg barrels? Well, there's an awesome switch barrel we can use, and thus collect our DK coin in the process. Anyway, some parts of this level really require either well-timed executions or a lot of patience, actually. And I guess it's just because of how frustrated I was, how a little bit annoyed I was getting, because this is toughest difficulty. I was losing my concentration at some points. Blazing bazookas is such an awesome level, such an awesome level, such an awesome level. Oh yeah, it is. But unfortunately, I do not time the dang jumps of the TNT barrels very well. And I should have been a little bit more careful when it came to killing off the bazooka I needed in order to collect Squidder the Spider. I'm I'm sorry about getting distracted sometimes, viewers and stuff like that. It's just I'm just not an only child, and not only that, I don't mean to make little mistakes like I have. Really, I don't. But thankfully enough, I've learned from my mistakes, and now you can be able to hear commentary where I'm not always stuttering or hesitating with my speech nearly as much, which I have to say I'm very fortunate about. Anyway, doesn't that look pretty odd to you? Yep, that's right. And yet another bonus barrel challenge. You actually have to time this pretty right, otherwise you're gonna hit the barrel. Now, I really don't know why I made such a stupid mistake here. I mean, seriously. But oh well. As I try my luck again, in order to hop on all of these awesome barrels. And I love how bazookas are actually quite useful like that, compared to somewhat of cannons, which are pretty much what bazookas are. What bazookas are pretty much the rip-off enemy too. Even though they are actually a lot tougher than the cannon enemies from Donkey Kong Country too. And I stupidly enough didn't time it right. And yet again, I did not time it right, but thankfully enough, I didn't have to hear that really annoying temper tantrum nearly as much. Yeah, things are starting to get a little bit more dangerous near the end of the level, aren't they? With the TNT barrels and everything. But thankfully enough, I reached the end of the level, and now it is complete. And now again, I can save my game. Okay, you're given a new element when it comes to this pipe level, actually, and as you can see, there's a bunch of awesome green looking but not highly deadly gas. You might be wondering, what does this gas do? Well, this is pretty self-explanatory from the title of the level. It creates low gravity, and I have to say that's pretty cool indefinitely. This level's not really too hard. You just have to time your jumps correctly and avoid the buzzes. But unfortunately, like an idiot, I was a little impatient. Anyway, yeah, over to the right side, all those bananas just aren't worth it. There are some things in this level that really aren't worth it. Trust me on that when it comes to trying to collect them. Oh, why did I not time the jump correctly? And thankfully enough, I didn't have to hear Kitty Kong's bawling that time. Thankfully enough, I was able to keep Dixie Kong and edit it to the point. Now you might be wondering, how do we get into that bonus barrel? Well, yet again, the purple parrots return from Donkey Kong Country 2. But they're actually a lot more awesome in this game compared to that of Donkey Kong Country 2, where they pretty much couldn't grab onto barrels and they pretty much just rode you downward, which I had to say was a big kick in the pants. Thankfully enough, even though purple parrots still cannot shoot out eggs like Squawks the parrot, They can actually grab onto with their talons like Squawks the parrot can a lot of barrels and stuff, which I have to say is really cool. And they can also fly upwards, which is really awesome. And I collected another bonus coin. Anyway, it might be annoying, but it's important to be able to later on in this level to try and take down as many of the buzzes that you possibly can. That of course are green buzzes. Considering they don't actually give you TNT barrels to deal with the red buzzes. As I'm trying to be careful, flying in this gas-filled tunnel. Now, if you're curious, I took a hit because, as you see, we could be able to get to another bonus area challenge. And you gotta get another bonus coin down. As I should have kept the steel keg barrel instead of being an idiot. I could have gotten a bear coin and an extra life without having to worry about that stupid buzz. Anyway, like an idiot, I should have just used the barrel to take down the buzzes instead of assuming I could dodge them. Man, I don't know what I was thinking. And yet again I die, because I don't time the low gravity jump correctly. But thankfully enough, I learned from my stupid mistakes, and thankfully enough take down the buzzes. Yeah, but unfortunately I'm stupid and don't take down that other buzz. And yet again I died. But thankfully enough, I took down the buzz. I'm pleased to say, oh yeah. Now for this, you're gonna have to really time it carefully in order to get up there. Now, if you're curious, the reason I ignored that was because that's not the right way to go. Oddly enough, that red buzz pattern is the right way to go that you're seeing. And unfortunately enough, I didn't time that right, and I completed the level. Anyway, the other way would have just led to a couple of prizes and stuff like that, which I really didn't need to obtain. Considering we do have Swanky Kong after all. Hello, Dixie. How can I help you today? just by saving my game, Wrinkly Kong. Alright. Looks like Wrinkly Kong's doing some aerobic exercises, which is good for her, considering that even though she's getting old, she wants to still stay in somewhat a shape. Anyway, on to the boss battle, and you'll actually realize why I talk this way for the boss soon. This click Kong's enemy. You must be destroyed. Anyway, this boss, I have to say, is probably just as tough as Squirt the Crab is. As you see, the strategy is to avoid his flames and then jump on top of his head and try to use the spinning fan blades that come out of his body as platforms. Well, more like the spinning blades, while avoiding those jets of fire, actually. Keep in mind, though, that a lot of the times, it's the left side that you have to go to in order to jump on top of Chaos's head. Yes, that's the boss's that's the robot boss's name, Chaos. Anyway, you might be wondering, why did I talk the way I did for this robot? Well, I mean, look at him! He looks like when you look at his head, when you look at Chaos's head, he totally looks like a Terminator ripoff. I mean, with the sunglasses and the and his face looking semi like Arnold Schwarzenegger's. Anyway, you see it gets a little bit more tougher when he takes out those semi-boxing gloves from his body. Anyway, this part's not too hard as long as you keep running back and forth. For some reason the lasers don't nip you very well. As long as you don't hold still, actually, when it comes to that floating helmet of his. Anyway, just another boss battle like a Rich the Spider, where you need to really take your time, but also somewhat concentrate, like what I'm doing here. Kong's win does not compute. Next time we meet, Chaos will win. And with that, we have the next jet ski. As I mentioned in the previous part of my Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play Longplay, we needed both jet skis in order to be able to get an upgrade for the boat. And you might be wondering, well, what is that upgrade? Great, you'll see later. Anyway, the reason I went back is because, well, I stopped the machinery, so I thought for certain the flour we needed to give to one of the brother bears would have been there. Well, hey, you found 2 skis. Awesome. Now stay right there, Kong. Wait right there, Dixie, while I get you my latest and greatest boat yet. Bonkers! I built in a cool turbo feature that'll be sure to take you to new heights. Just press Y. Catch you later, Dixie. Anyway, with the new feature, we can now actually go up waterfalls. Yeah, you heard me right. We can actually travel up waterfalls, awesomely enough. And a slightly harder Simon Says pattern. Will I be able to complete it? Well, let's wait and see. Excuse me. And unfortunately, I fail it again. And I fail the pattern again. Will I succeed this time? I really hope I do. And another banana bird down. Now you might be wondering, why did we not collect Mechanos's banana bird? Well, actually, remember Bazooka the bear? Well, we actually need to collect a source of ammunition for Big Bessie. As you see, the concave was lifted up by a crane when it came to that mechanical region.
Oh, Wrinkly's asleep. I'm sure she won't mind if I save my game, though.
There, I finally got Dixie Kong's voice right there. I mean, I was so distracted for the previous parts, and the volume was so loud for my headset. Yeah, for my headset, that I wasn't able to execute her voice right. But that time I did it correctly. I think the name's Bramble when it comes to the botanist. Yeah, Brother Bear, but I can't really remember the name. I mean, I can remember the name of a lot of the Brother Bears. I just, for some reason, can't remember his name right now. There, I finally got up the waterfall. Anyway, the next area is a completely snowy, mountainous area called K3. Oh man, that is a total reference to a real life mountain, only done in Kremling form. Anyway, it's best for this level to be Dixie Kong. As you see, the clasps have returned. Anyway, the hardest parts of this level, as you can see, are trying to actually grab downward, as it's difficult to be able to determine where the clasps are. And the clasps are getting a little bit more faster and smarter now, as you can see, considering that they're trying to follow you along the ropes and kill you, as you see. It's very important to have Dixie Kong when it comes to this bonus barrel challenge, otherwise you can't complete it. Thankfully enough, I kept Dixie Kong when it came to this. And if you're wondering, unfortunately, I got kind of annoyed. And I was trying to collect those last 2 stars, but unfortunately I hit the stupid clasp. So can I finally do this right? I hope I can. And thankfully enough, I got the bonus coin. Now I have to say that these high rocky mountain structure levels, which is the first we've seen in the game, which is the first we've seen in the game, they're really awesome. Indeed, and I love that music! Another great musical score indeed. Now, I know I mentioned that the waterfall levels and the pier levels were pretty well constructed. I have to say also, these high rocky mountain levels are pretty well constructed too. Anyway, we're introduced to the next coin challenge, and actually it's best to switch to Kitty Kong for this, considering his type of throwing can actually hit the bottom of the coin a lot easier than that of Dixie Kong. So yes, I can speak quite fluently, as long as I'm not getting distracted or I'm not experiencing any loud noises that are hurting my eardrums, like it was before, where I should have just turned down my headset. As I try to see if there's any collectible items, and it is important to keep both of your Kongs, even though I did not do that, and I was being an idiot. Where I should have actually been a little bit faster, and kept Dixie Kong, because there's no way to get up there and reach the bonus barrel challenge without her. And I have to hear that damn tantrum again, and yet once again, and thankfully enough this time Kitty Kong did not die and do that stupid damn tantrum of his. But thankfully enough I kept Dixie Kong this time, so I could get to the bonus barrel challenge. Might be wondering, what is the challenge? As you can see, we gotta avoid a bunch of far more faster moving class, but unfortunately I fail at completing it. Remember what I said about it being real difficult to get to the bottom when it comes to this? Yeah, when it comes to the clasps and everything. Yeah, see, I'm not joking. But thankfully enough, I headed to the point where again I was able to get to the bonus barrel challenge, and thankfully enough I collected the bonus coin that time. Anyway, it's a lot simpler to beat this level with Dixie Kong, despite this still being quite a challenging level, indefinitely. I mean, especially when the horizontal ropes, as you see, are quite limited. Are quite limited in the amount of space you have to dodge the clasps. And unfortunately, I lose my partner, but thankfully enough, if I could just complete this level, and I'm just about to the end, but unfortunately, I die by the stupid clasp. And I do the same stupid mistake. And thankfully enough, I reach the bottom this time, and I'm able to avoid that stupid clasp. Anyway, yes, I recommend saving, considering that creeping clasps is one of those more harder levels in this game. I mean, it's not the most challenging level in Donkey Kong Country 3, in my honest opinion, even on Toughest Mode, but it's still a much more harder level. Anyway, this level's not really hard, it's just I made a lot of stupid boneheaded mistakes. But I still have to say this is a toboggan ride of utter irritation. And it's much harder than that other toboggan ride in the pipe. Now you might be wondering, why is there another DK coin? Well, it would be impossible to complete this bonus barrel challenge without it. And I gotta say, that's pretty awesome. It's also pretty awesome too if you accidentally lose a Kong member, you can actually gain them right back this time around. Anyway, it's important to keep your Kong member because you need both Kong members, especially on toughest difficulty mode, in order to get to another bonus barrel actually. And unfortunately, I fall in the same stupid bottomless pit. And I have to say, it's actually pretty cool that we're seeing far more of the snow-like effect. Yeah, far more of the snow-like effect that we would experience in Donkey Kong Country 1. Anyway, the level, as you can see, is a bit irritating due to all of the fast-moving obstacles you see. Anyway, unfortunately, like an idiot, I didn't know the exact location of the next bonus barrel challenge. I accidentally forgot where it was, so I died a lot of times assuming that I would have missed it or something. But in reality, it's pretty easily pointed out as to exactly where it is. And fortunately enough, if I didn't lose my Kong member so fast, I could have gotten to the bonus barrel challenge instead of being an idiot like I was. Thankfully enough, I did it right that time, I'm pleased to say. Anyway, this might look like it's a piece of cake. However, be wary some of the star patterns go through houses. Or go through the snow-filled cabins. Anyway, I was such a moron here. I mean, for crying out loud, I could have completed this level with Dixie Kong if I was just a little bit more careful and wasn't such a moron when I tried to reach the end point. I guess I was just so happy I got to the end of this so much that I unfortunately hit the one enemy I did not mention. They're pretty much just fat robins called booty birds. And if you kill off a booty bird, they actually give you a prize that's inside their bodies. I thankfully enough was able to complete the bonus barrel challenge this time. And thankfully enough, I was able to obtain the DK coin, so I didn't have to waste my time using the steel keg barrel. And I was so much And I was so much better at being able to grab the rope right that time.
You're looking tired, kitty. Put your feet up and save your game.
Why, thank you, Wrinkly Kong.
Bye-bye, kitty. Try to find some of those nice banana birds.
And on to the next level. Thankfully enough, this level's not actually too challenging. This is another really awesome, well-constructed level. And this level, as you see, has a pretty iconic Niagara Falls reference. As pretty much the idea in this level is that you're going to be jumping on a bunch of barrels going down the waterfalls, which is awesome, by the way. Anyway, this is one of those few coin challenges in order to get to the DK coin itself that's actually pretty hard, as you can see. The idea here is that you have to you have to throw the keg barrel so that it slows down enough, so then you can slowly follow the metal keg barrel, and then jump at the right time. Jump up high enough so that it hits the coin. And that's the only way to execute this. I have to say this was so utter frustrating and annoying that I accidentally fell to my death because of how annoyingly irritating getting this DK coin was. Yes, but this is pretty much the last really irritating... Yeah, this is actually the really last irritating to obtain DK
DK coin from a coin Kremling in the entire game, I'm pleased to say. But I'm not really completely peeved, I have to say. I actually enjoyed the challenge when it came to this. Even though it took quite a while, I have to admit. Oh, why couldn't I get this right? Oh, this got so annoying. Yes, and unfortunately I died, but thankfully enough I edited it back to the point where I actually got to the coin again, and I'm happy to say I finally got the trick right this time. So now, on to the rest of this level. I'm pleased to say the rest of this level's not hard at all. It's actually quite a fun, unique level. However, unfortunately, like an idiot, but I have to say Rareware really well hit the that bonus barrel challenge right there, because I had no idea it was there, and I'm not joking. I really had no idea. Anyway, it's best to be Dixie Kong for this, considering her gliding capabilities can make it easier to be able to jump onto these jump onto the barrels and everything else. As you can see, when the barrels touch any form of ground, they auto brake. Thus, you're going to need to time the jumps upward when you're trying to use them to climb correctly. Or as you can see, you're going to fail, and you're going to have to try your luck again. And thankfully enough, I got up there. I tried to see if there was anything hidden to the far right using Dixie Kong's gliding capability, but as you can see, there's absolutely nothing there. Now, I really do not know how you actually execute this and actually get the prize. It pretty much looks impossible, and that's no joke. It really looks impossible. Yeah, to get over there and everything else. Thankfully enough, Rareware was really nice here and decided to give you a blast barrel in order to be able to get back up a lot easier by this point. But thankfully enough, this time around, I checked over to the far right side, and I was able to find another bonus barrel challenge. Oh yeah. And this is actually pretty simple. It's not actually the easiest bonus barrel challenge in the game, but it's still pretty simple and fun. Now, I gotta say, yet again, this is another well-constructed level, indefinitely. So, congratulations, Rare, on this level too. But unfortunately, like an idiot, I don't time it very well when it comes to parry the parable bird. However, fortunately enough, it's not real. You don't really need the prize unless you're desperate on lives. You don't need the prize unless you're desperate on lives. Man, that actually rhymes. Sorry. I mean, I'm leaning. I'm kind of leaning right now on my back, and my back hurts just a little bit. Anyway, yes, as you saw, I didn't complete the level, so I tried to find out where the bonus barrel challenge was. And like I said, this is one of the only few bonus barrel challenges in all of Donkey Kong Country 3 that is actually very well hidden. So I'd say, well done, Rare. Well done. I would have never expected it was actually over to the right side of me here. Yeah. Now, I really feel, in my honest opinion, they should have put a little bit more work. Yeah, a little bit more work like that when it came to hiding bonus barrel challenges and stuff. And they should have had some breakable walls and stuff that you could have gone into in order to get to bonus barrel challenges and stuff. Anyway, as you can see, you gotta collect the green bananas in time. However, be cautious that when it comes to the barrels at the bottom, that you don't stay on them for far too long. Otherwise, you're gonna die and fail the challenge. But I'm pleased to say that if you fail. That if you fail it, it's actually a lot easier to get back to it than that of trying to get to the bonus barrel challenge the first time around. As I try my luck again and collecting these green bananas. Anyway, I'm really sorry that when it comes to my speech and stuff of that nature that I sometimes, hesitate. I've hesitated in my speech previously, in the past, and sometimes I just lose my I've lost my concentration, get nervous about something, or I do something as stupid as have the volume up too high when it comes to my recorded gameplay when I'm listening to it. But thankfully enough, I'm not gonna ever make those mistakes ever again, I'm pleased to say. And I have to say, this commentary is probably some of my best work, I'm pleased to say. Well, I just mean when it comes to a commentary recording. I don't mean like when it comes to gameplay recording or anything of that nature. Anyway, I love this level. I mean, this is actually a pretty awesome level. I mean, it's kind of a tough level as you see, but it's not really that challenging in my honest opinion. The only things that make this level a little bit challenging, actually, for the greatest animal buddy I've ever played as, Squidder the Spider, is that sometimes you experience a lot of small Yeah, a lot of small, narrow regions that you have to avoid the self-targeting system of this crack shot enemy. Yes, that's what these enemies are called. They're called crack shots. And yes, we only see the targeting system of a crack shot. Most people might be wondering, well, what does a crack shot actually look like if we never get to actually see the crack shot that's trying to auto aim and blast Squitter to death? Well, a crack shot, as I saw within a magazine when it came to the enemy type, they're actually a pretty ugly flying mechanical type enemy. Yeah, that's right. There's some kind of ugly flying mechanical type enemy. And if you don't believe me, look it up on the Donkey Kong Country wiki, actually. Anyway, I shouldn't have been such a hesitant fool and executed my web platforms a little bit more correctly. So then that way I could be able to take 2 hit points with Squitter the Spider. It's going to be important. It's actually going to be quite important when it comes to reaching the bonus barrel challenge. And yet I don't concentrate on the target. Anyway, this level, like I said, is kind of hard, but as long as you're patient and you try to concentrate on that targeting system, it's not nearly as bad as people might think it to be. It's a long level, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's just that, as you can see, it takes a bit before a blast is executed, and pretty much the targeting system, awesomely enough, shows off exactly where the cannonball is going to be coming. And oddly enough, the cannonball blasts are shot diagonally for some reason. Yeah, not straight like you think they would be. When it comes to the targeting system of the crack shot enemy here. Anyway, to make things for Rareware to make things creative, they only did this in one level, similar to the owl type enemy that you saw. That I made such a dumb mistake and called them mechanoses. They're not called mechanoses; they're carbines. So I really have to say that was a real stupid moment, in my opinion, when it came to my speech. I can't believe I could not remember their names properly. Anyway, yes, it's important to be able to have a second hit count here, because it's impossible any other way to dodge that spinning red buzz in order to get up there to the bonus barrel challenge. But unfortunately, I do not time it right and shoot off the web platforms correctly, and I die again. I'm pleased to say this time around I actually almost did it correctly. But unfortunately enough, I fail it again. Oh man, getting up to this bonus barrel challenge is a pain in the ass. Thankfully enough, I did it right this time around, I'm pleased to say. Anyway, you might be wondering, well, what the bonus barrel challenge is this time? Well, I gotta say, Rareware finally did something right again, and really gave us a really creative bonus barrel challenge, as we awesomely enough get to take control of the awesome targeting gun and kill off all these awesome enemies in the process. Oh yeah. and it's actually pretty cool that we actually fire to collect the bonus coin. You may fire at will. Nice. To say, yeah, even though it's not my favorite soundtrack for Donkey Kong Country 3, it's still an awesome it's still a really awesome soundtrack. I mean, it totally sounds really rock and roll. Yeah, metallic type rock and roll music, indefinitely. And yet another level down. Now the very next and final level before we reach the boss battle. Yeah, boss battle for this snowy cold area. Yeah, snowy cold area is actually one of the easiest to complete levels in Donkey Kong Country 3, I'm happy to say. Anyway, it's called Lemguin Lunge. And you might be wondering, why does it have the title Lemguin Lunge? Well, oddly enough, the enemies are actually a weird combination of a penguin. Yeah, the main enemy of this level is actually a weird combination of a penguin. Yeah, of a penguin and pretty much that of a lemming. Now, in reality, lemmings don't actually throw themselves off of cliffs and stuff like that. Despite what popular media and cartoons and stuff have portrayed lemmings to be. Now, it's actually a pretty simple level here. We can actually just continue to bounce on these Lemguin enemies in order to be able to get through this level. And most of the bonus barrel challenges are pretty easy to find in this level, so it's not really as hard as you may think. However, just be careful when just be really careful when you're actually jumping over the gaps for the Lemguins. Otherwise, such an easy level will be somewhat of a challenge, actually. And there was really no reason for me to lose my Kong member, and I really mean it, because this was such an easy level to complete. This may look like it's hard, but this is actually really easy, as long as you jump over the gaps that the Lemguins leave behind. And thus you'll be able to collect the bonus barrel the bonus coin. Anyway, there's so many of these Lemguin enemies. Yeah, Lemguin enemies. It's actually pretty awesome, because you can just continue to hit them and help you ride and get through the level a lot faster. Anyway, I intentionally failed at Swanky's sideshow because I was pretty much getting to the end of the. Yeah, I was pretty much just getting to the end of my video, and I really didn't want to waste the time trying to beat Cranky Kong here. Come and have a go if you think you're good enough.
Nobody goes home empty-handed. On this show, here, have some bananas with my compliments.
Anyway, this has been the Master Chief 1, and I hope that you've enjoyed my Donkey Kong Country 3 Let's Play Long Play Part 3, and I'll see you in Part 4. So, goodbye.